Hey everybody, Greg Fisk here, Regional Manager for Douglas Realty. Just wanted to come to you guys today for the Summits to Success agents that are in our training and mentorship program and the agents that are participating in our React and REACtivate training ongoing professional development series. Quick little video about some talking points and the idea around sort of a fiduciary relationship and roles that we have when we're talking to potential clients about our agency agreements, right? So want to make sure that during the buyer and seller conversations, new agents clearly communicate their role as a fiduciary, meaning they have a legal obligation to act in the client's best interest at all times. I think this builds in some trust factors in that conversation. But remember, the fiduciary duty is guided by the principles of code AC. I know I'm going back to some of the P&P class stuff, but confidentiality, obedience, loyalty, disclosure, accounting, and care. So you should be able to explain these duties to a potential client and make sure you take some time and have some talking points and scripting around those duties and the fiduciary responsibilities so that it's kind of muscle memory and you're at ease when you're having those conversations. So what clients need to know as an agent, you're a fiduciary, which means your responsibility is to act in your client's best interest, not your own. So in those conversations, let them know that confidentiality is about protecting private client information, obedience, following lawful client instructions, loyalty is putting the client's interest first, disclosure, sharing material facts, that's a big one. Accounting, handling of money and documents responsibly, big one is as well. Typically, kind of where agents tend to get in trouble on those handling those earnest money deposits and how we handle our contract documents. And then care, providing competent professional services. It's ongoing about how we train around the areas that we service and the purview that we're offering within our real estate care and the geographic area as well. So one of the talking points is, one of the most important things I want you to understand is that a fiduciary, that means that I'm a fiduciary, that means I have a legal obligation to act in your best interest. That's the, pretty down and dirty, plain, simple script that you can share with your clients. Again, one of the most important things I want you to understand is that I'm a fiduciary. That means I have a legal obligation to act in your best interest. So again, and if you feel like it, you can add on top of there. My role is guided by what we call code AC, confidentiality, obedience, loyalty, disclosure, accounting, and care. Everything from pricing advice to negotiation flows from that responsibility. So again, we're trying to build some trust into the process, but we're also setting ourselves up as a differentiator and how we're a professional within that space within real estate. So again, those fiduciary agency conversations, so important. And I talk about it a lot too. Like when we're in the contract portion of a buyer's agency agreement, say, and there's that termination clause in there, or listing agreement on paragraph 4, I believe our termination clause. I keep a very short, simple termination clause. I say within X amount of time, given written notice, either party can cancel this contract. My script on top of that is, simply, I know I don't like to be held into contracts. I'm sure you don't like to be held into contracts. As long as I'm doing my job, you're going to want to stay in a contractual agreement with me in an agency relationship where I have a fiduciary responsibility to act in your best interest, right? And then I usually throw in there, if you've fallen out of love with me, there's a good chance that I've already fallen out of love with you. Kind of icebreaker, puts people's mind at ease. They're able to sign things pretty easily there. But again, remember your role as a fiduciary. So if you have need any clarity on that or need follow up on that, feel free to reach out to me or someone of the staff here at Douglas. And as always, happy lead generation. And if you need some additional time, please hit me up on my calendar link. Talk to you guys later. Take care.